Nothing will climb straight up unless I'm over here where I can grab the sand. I'm not going to do it. Okay, I'm working on this one hill here that usually I have to get over here to get up, and sometimes I can get up over here. Mostly it's a lot of luck, but it's just no traction. This, I don't know if this is going to show, varies from 50 to 55 degrees. As you get up, it gets steeper. And I'm going to be able to show this. This is 10 to 20 degrees off camber. So normally when you're climbing up here, this wheel's riding up against this ledge. The driver wheel is way up in the air. But typically, this was so slick, everything would just slide off of it. So I was going to sand it, and then I got lazy. And I bought some of this Rust-Oleum stone textured paint. It worked, but I don't recommend it. One, it was $17 for a can. It takes forever to dry. You have to do it in very light coats. I can't stress that enough, having used it. Very light coats. Let it set a minimum of 15 minutes before you spray again. I sprayed about 3 coats. Once I realized how long it was taking to dry, it's not like paint. I think the second coat I waited about 20 minutes, and the third coat I waited about 30 minutes, and then I let it set overnight and gave it a couple more coats. It dries pretty hard. Once it's dry though, apparently if you read any reviews on this, it's water soluble. So the plan was to clear coat it, but it also is very brown compared to this. So I dusted it with the red oxide primer just to get the color more in tune with the rest of the layout. And then I started sprinkling, I don't know if this is showing, kind of, sort of. Sand, some play sand. And spray it again and then sprinkle some more sand while it was wet. So when it was all done and said, the actual texture is the sand I applied. The stuff works, but it's a little slick once you top coat it. You're supposed to put clear. I use some here, Rust-Oleum matte clear. Anyway, this section of my course is removable, which in hindsight, because that's so expensive, is I should have just taken it off, took it outside where I could lay this hill flat and just use regular sand, repainted it, live and learn. So something I've always been wanting to do, because this just ended up so slick. briefly tried it once with my new JLU, and it was able to get up it. I don't know that I can still climb from the bottom to this ledge. So we're going to find out. Okay. Like I said, I really don't expect to climb that bottom ledge. Oh. No way. That is too cool. That's a good 50 degrees. Oh, we're getting awful close to that edge. That's pretty sweet. Controlled slide. I have to drag out some of my other rigs. Sweet. That's one thing about this course. You know, I've added a lot of texture, but any place I need traction, I have to add sand because this stuff painted, and even where it's plaster cloth, ends up fairly smooth. Pretty stoked. I mean, like I say, I've had a few rigs. If I get over here, and then I can get to this section, and usually it'll climb against this edge, but I've never been able to get from the bottom. Cool. Oh. I don't know what. Anyway. Oh, back end's coming around. Holy cow. There's a lot to be said about traction. Okay, now I'm being silly. Anyway, that's all for this.